Islam encourages hard work. And Islam encourages us to perfect our work as well, not to offer any work. In one hadith, the Prophet ﷺ states, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ مِنَ الْعَامِلِ إِذَا عَمِلَ أَنْ يُحْسِنَ. Allah loves it for the person who's working, who's offering a deed, who's running a project, to do it in a good way, to perfect it, to do it properly, not to do a sloppy job when he is working. Once the Prophet ﷺ was burying Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. Sa'd was a great companion, and the Prophet wanted to honor him by being the undertaker in his grave. The Prophet went inside his grave to assist with the burial. After Sa'd was buried, the Prophet took the blocks, the bricks, and the mud in order to seal the grave, in order to perfect how the grave was appearing, such that the Sahaba, the companions, noticed the Prophet is not leaving any gaps. Because you have bricks, you need something to cement the bricks. Now, they didn't have concrete back then that was readily available, so they would use mud. They noticed the Prophet is meticulously filling the gaps between the bricks with the mud, making the grave look perfect. It seems that the Sahaba, the companions, were puzzled, were surprised. Ya Rasulullah, why are you making the effort when you know that due to erosion, maybe in just a few months, in just a few years, this grave will not look the way it is today. It's going to erode. So why spend time on something that's going to erode? It seems that some had this objection or this thought in their mind. What did the Prophet ﷺ respond to them? The Prophet said, I know that this grave will be subject to erosion. I know, I'm aware of that. But Allah loves it that when one of His servants does a job, أحكمه, that he does it solidly. He does it in a good way. Right now, my job is to seal this grave. I have taken it upon myself to seal the grave of Sa'd. Allah loves it for me to do it in a good way, not to do a sloppy job. Oh yeah, this grave is going to be eroded in a few months, so who cares? Just put the bricks however. No. Do it properly, solidly. So Islam truly recommends us when we are running a project, when we are doing anything, you're constructing something, you're fixing something, you're making arrangements for an event, for you to really do a good job. Allah is watching you and He wants you. He's your employer and you're the employee. He wants you to do a good job. We human beings, when there is pressure on us, sometimes we do a good job. Because I want to impress my boss. I want to get that pay raise. I want to get that bonus. Maybe I'll do a good job. Maybe if others are monitoring me, I'll do a good job. I want people to praise me. I'll do a good job. But honestly, if you're all alone, no one's monitoring you, and there's nothing for you to fear, nothing for you to lose, would you do a good job? Some of us may not. Some of us will do a sloppy job if we're not being monitored. Allah wants us to always do a good job. The way you run your house, the way you run your center, the way you run your masjid, the way you run your committees, your business. Make sure that you have a plan, you have a strategy, and you're working efficiently. Islam truly places this responsibility on us. Work hard and perfect your work as much as you can.